We're here at Tri-Force MMA in Pawtucket with John Douma, bantamweight, fighting at Combat FC September 15th for their bantamweight title. John, congratulations, man. How you feeling about the opportunity?
Feel great, man. Just another one to do. You know, I've done this for a long time. It's time to go again, and I'm glad we can make this one happen.
Well, you had a title fight back in March. 5-round war. Jumping back in training camp, Combat FC, first time on their card. What was the decision? Of course, a title fight, but I'm sure you had other offers. What was the decision to jump on Combat FC?
I was just working on my timeline. I got married in June, so preferably I would have fought around then, but I had to push things back. So Combat FC. I've talked to Joe Cav a lot. I've heard a lot of great things about them. So I've known I wanted to fight for them. The June card couldn't happen, so September came around. We asked for a fight. Jake's name came across, and I think a week later, they're like, "Hey, you want to do it for a title?" Yeah, let's do it.
Well, before we get to Jake and the matchup, you've been to Combat FC. You've had some training partners, fight on the card. What do you think about the promotion as a whole, being there and seeing what they put on?
They're doing great, man. From a fan's perspective, just being on UFC Fight Pass, that venue, that's all great. And then from the fighter's perspective, so far so good. Everything's pretty smooth. Everybody's been super cool to me. Just real professional, and that goes a long way with fighters.
I'd like to just say congratulations on the wedding, and to you and the missus, man. Let's change gears here. As far as that, you started your professional career, not married and all that stuff. What does that do, to have that backing of, a wife and all that stuff? Does that help you as far as a fighter in your mind and stuff? Does it help you at all?
Yeah, if you're with the right person, luckily I am. So, it can go one of two ways. If you're with the wrong person, you'll know it because you're not in the gym and all that. If you're with the right person, you're gonna have support. My wife supports me 100% in this. Lets me come here all the time. So it's been good, man. It's been nice to feel like I'm doing this for something,
Excellent. Well, congratulations again. Well, let's get to this matchup. Jake Pilla, my man, 4-0, big name in New England. It seems like he should have more than 4 fights, but a lot of fights have fallen through for that kid. How did this fight come about? Because as we all know, fights at this caliber and New England guys going at each other doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's special. How did Jake Pilla's name come up, and how did this title fight come about with you two?
I want to say there's a story behind it, but there's really not. I put my name in the card. They said, "Hey, would you like to fight Jake Pilla?" And I said yes. And that's literally how it came about. There's no animosity. There's no story behind it. His name was the one that came across. But that doesn't mean it's not gonna be fireworks the night of the fight. I'm real excited about this one. I think it's gonna be a crazy fight.
Well, being another New England prospect as Jake, have you guys ever crossed paths in training, or because you guys are kind of bounce around, and you have friends with some of his training partners, or some of his friends. You guys seen each other at fights, so you guys never rolled, never did anything as far as training together?
No, not as far as I know. I've been doing this for a long time. I know he has too, so maybe way back when we might have rolled and not even known it, but no, it's he's north of Boston, so luckily lately I've had everything down here in Rhode Island that I need, so I don't leave much anymore, so it's nah.
Well, let's talk about the fight itself, my man. Jake Pilla, as we said, prospect himself, 4-0, has not fought at bantamweight yet because fights fall through. He's been getting catch weights. The caliber of opponent that he's had, nowhere near what you've fought. No fault of his own with fights falling through, late notice. Sometimes they fly him in 2 days on you. But, as far as Jake, what do you see in Jake? And an exciting fighter, has some good hands, very good ground game. But what do you see and what excites you about the matchup?
Yeah, all that. He's good ground. He's another black belt. That's something real rare. You don't see that a lot in New England. It's 2 black belts fighting each other. So excited about that. He looks like he comes out hard and likes to get it done quick. So we'll see. We'll see how he responds. If it goes into later rounds, we'll see how he responds into that. You know I'm ready. I mean, you guys know me. I don't back down. So you know, it's all on him.
Well, he hasn't been out of the first round in all his fights. You've fought a title fight in March against the champion Joe Pennefield, grind of a fight. Do you think you have the advantage just because you've been there before and you've went 5 rounds, the experience, the amount of rounds under? Do you think you have the edge here with time in the cage and just, you know, what you've done in there?
Yeah, I think that helps a lot. And I especially learned in my last fight, you know, fighting Joe. He's done that how many times? Like four other title fights. So, you know, just it's kind of daunting. Not, you know, you get a little tired in that first round. You're like, ooh, man, I got 4 more to go. So, you know, just I think I'm gonna have a lot of confidence, just knowing that I've done this. I've done 5 rounds. I can live through it. I know what kind of pace I'm gonna put at. I think it's a huge advantage. Yeah.
Well, a couple more questions. We're here at Tri-Force. So you're training with a lot of guys that are going to be on cards after you. Do you have anyone at Tri-Force or, you know, Lausanne's that you cross-train that are going to be on this card also?
Randy Costa is. We've been training with Greg Mondays, Saturdays. So we've been getting a lot of good work in together. He's an awesome guy. So it's, you know, it's been nice to have a camp with him and just, you know, we've been working off each other this whole time. So.
Well, going into the Shriners, I would imagine Pilla being from that area, he's going to have a huge crowd. What are you expecting, you know, for cheering on yours? You know, Randy Costa is going to be there, of course, you know, representing Lausanne's and them. So they're going to be representing you also and cheering. How do you know, who do you think is going to be the louder crowd here?
Who do I? Yeah, me, a little nobody for me. No, man. You know, I should get some guys. I got a great support system here at Tri-Force and back at home. But you know, it's tough, man. When you're in the gym all the time, all your friends are fighters. Everybody gets in for free. It's tough. You know, I'm not out of bars socializing with people, so it's you know. The people that are going to be there for me are the ones I really care about, so that's all that matters to me. And I like getting booed. You know me, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm the heel, man. I don't care.
Well, with that said, one more question, man. Well, 2 more questions. First of all, what does this fight do for your career? You know, a couple of hard-fought battles, your last couple of fights. What does this win here do for you as far as moving forward?
I think this puts me ahead of where I was from my last fight. You know, it'll not erase the last loss, but it'll definitely make it feel a lot better. You know, and we'll see. You know, this is a big UFC Fight Pass promotion. That kid that just had the belt went to the Contender Series. He looked great. So it seems like all these champs in these local promotions, especially the ones on UFC Fight Pass, all those guys are the ones that get the next call. So that's what we're gunning for. So.
Excellent. Well, last question before I let you give your shout-outs and social media and stuff like that. September 15th, my birthday, John. I just got to throw that in there. Yeah, I'll be there. I will be there. But, yeah, well, awesome. But with that said, John, title fight, second title fight this year. What do we expect to see from John Douma on September 15th, fighting for that bantamweight title at Combat FC 5?
More of the same, but I'm going to win this time. You know, all the excitement that you saw that last fight, I hope to bring all that back, all that, you know, determination that you guys have known me for all these fights. Same guy. So, but this time we're going to win it.
Excellent. Well, John, last thing, social media, any thank yous, and we'll let you get back to training. A couple of weeks to go until this huge matchup.
Yeah, social media, everything's just John Douma, so that's easy. Shout outs, Tri-Force, obviously, Coach Vic. Gregor Bella's been helping me a ton. All my sponsors. Patsy Sperduto with Star Weight Systems. He helps me out so much. Andiamo, Vinny Tedesco, if you guys know him, local kid in Rhode Island, makes the best shorts, best gear for Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, so definitely check him out. Shout out Turbo Sports Performance, Ross. He's been helping me a lot this time. Trisha Cornell, I have a nutritionist now. I'm real professional.
Nice.
Yeah, she's been helping me a ton. She's awesome. So, I think that's everybody. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry, but that's my wife. Thank you. My wife is the best. But that's it, man. Yeah, just big thanks to those guys.
Excellent, John. Well, always a pleasure talking to you. I love coming down to the gyms and then just like hanging out. But yeah, it's going to be a new thing with me, man. Maybe I'll roll with you guys when you're down the line, but we'll get it going. But John, congratulations, great fight, man. Like to see you back there and going for another title. We'll be there September 15th. Shriners, Combat FC 5, man.
Thank you.